Imagine it. It's a brutal medieval winter and you're a peasant. You've got no fancy tech to keep you entertained or warm. No heated blankets, no cozy fireplaces unless you want to smoke yourself out of the house, and definitely no Uber Eats to bring you comfort food. So how in the world did they survive the cold? It's a mix of quirky medieval ingenuity and, well, some downright weird habits. First, let's talk about food. Now, we all love a good winter feast, but medieval peasants didn't exactly have roast turkey and mashed potatoes on hand. Oh no. They ate salted fish, dried meat, and hard bread that would make a brick jealous. And don't even get me started on the winter veggies. These guys were basically living off of root vegetables that were buried in the ground and frozen solid. Fresh, not a chance. Flavor. If you count salty as a flavor, sure. Now, how did they keep this food from turning into a smelly, moldy mess? Simple, they buried it. No, seriously. The cold ground worked like their own medieval fridge. They dug deep holes in the earth and stored their food there to keep it from rotting. You could say they were the original food prep pioneers, but instead of plastic containers, they used dirt and hope. But let's get to the real kicker. How did these peasants stay warm in these cold, freezing homes made of sticks and mud? Well, it wasn't pretty, but they made it work. Their houses were small, cramped, and had zero insulation. So naturally, they'd light a fire right in the middle of their homes, hoping it would keep them warm. Sure, the smoke would fill the room and make everything smell like burnt wood, but at least you wouldn't freeze to death, right? And let's talk about sleeping. We've all heard of electric blankets, but medieval peasants had to get creative with their heating. Enter the bed warmer. And no, it wasn't a heated mattress pad. It was a metal box filled with hot coals. They'd slide it under the covers before bed, hoping it would make them toasty without catching fire. So you might wake up warm, or with your blanket turned into a crispy disaster. But hey, what's a little charred fabric when you're surviving the apocalypse, right? Now, if all that wasn't enough, they had a family bonding situation happening every night. In other words, they all slept together, to conserve heat. Picture this: everyone crammed into one bed shoulder to shoulder like a big warm human burrito. Definitely not ideal for personal space, but hey, if it meant staying alive, you learn to love the cuddle. So how did medieval peasants survive these brutal winters? With a whole lot of creativity, a sprinkle of desperation, and a heaping spoonful of just deal with it. They didn't have the luxury of complaining, mostly because they were too busy trying not to freeze to death or eat something that wasn't covered in mold, and there you have it. The next time you complain about the cold, just remember, those medieval peasants had it way worse. So maybe keep the heater on a little longer tonight, huh?